Hey, it's Manny. I released a video on soloing floor 10 in the summit to grind XP so you can quickly earn shade levels. You can find a link to it in the upper right hand corner here, or also in the description below. If you have not watched that video, I suggest you stop this video and go watch that one real quick. I go over a few things you should know how to do, like picking challenges, targeted loot, and how to get the correct floor, which I don't cover in this video. So in this video, I'm going to show you what I believe is truly the fastest and most optimal way to earn XP, but it does involve two people. One person will run the Eclipse build I introduced in the soloing video, and the other will be running the build I show you in this video. I'll go over the build and then how to use it on this on floor 10 in a dual group. The last thing I do want to mention before getting into this video is that due to additional buffs, the guy running the Eclipse build from the first video does not need to trigger perpetuation before firing the burn sticky. This is just something you can skip, but it certainly won't hurt if you do use it. Before we start, if you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button and ding that notification bell so you know when there's new videos. And if you're looking for someone to game with, you can find me and other players in the Militia Discord server. The link is in the description below. All right, so the first thing I like to talk about is the build. So this is the build. Basically, let's talk about weapons first. The main weapon you're going to be using is the Chatterbox. And obviously, you have core attributes of SMG damage, crit chance, crit damage. You get those anyway. We're not using this for that, so it's irrelevant. The reason we're using the Chatterbox is for incessant chatter, which is the talent. When you reload, rate of fire is increased by 20% for each enemy within 15 meters for the duration of that magazine. Stacks up to 5 times, right? So kills refill, we're not using this part, so ignore that. So the important part is the 20% increase of rate of fire. That actually affects the Oxy. So your chem launcher will be affected by this, so that's why we're using it. Now, our second weapon is going to be the Marine Super 90. This is just a heavy hitting shotgun. I never switch to it because if you switch to it, you actually lose the Chatterbox buff. So I try never to switch to it. I'd probably just rather, if something wasn't going right, just wipe quickly instead of losing my Chatterbox buffs. Now, with this one, though, if you wanted to, you get shotgun damage, armor damage, you get those anyway. You get damage, put damage to targets out of cover on that, and you're going to run with in sync since we're doing all skill damage stuff. Same thing with your pistol. We're going with the card 45. Same one I used in my clips, my clips build. So pistol damage, damage out of cover, and then in sync on that as well. You basically, for both weapons, shotgun and this, crit hit chance and rounds. So you get crit hit chance, 11 rounds, crit hit chance, crit hit chance, and then for the shotgun, what did I put on here? Probably crit hit chance, headshot damage, and crit hit chance. So that's basically the mods. But I don't use those two weapons, so don't worry about it. Now, for the actual gear itself, we're going to make sure you want 3-piece Empress and 1-piece Wyvern. The other 2 pieces are named, so we'll go in a second. But it doesn't matter which piece is a Wyvern. It could be a backpack, mask, chest, or a holster. It depends on which one you get. So you want 3-piece Empress and 1-piece Wyvern. I'll go over the piece, what you want for attributes on each one. So the reason we're going with 3-piece Empress is because the first one, we don't really care about skill health. That's not going to affect us at all. But you get 10% skill damage as a 2-piece, and a 3-piece, you get 10% skill efficiency. Now, if you're not aware of skill efficiency, what that gives you is you get skill damage, you get skill haste, skill status effect, repair skills, duration, skill duration, and skill health, right? So you get all that, whatever it is. So it's 10%. So that means we get an additional 10% skill damage, extra 10% skill haste, and extra 10% skill duration. And that affects the Oxy cloud, right? So the higher your skill duration is, the longer that cloud will stay. And that's important. We want it to stay as long as possible. So for our attributes, it doesn't matter if this is your Wyvern or your Empress, you're going to go with skill damage and skill haste. Now, the reason skill haste is kind of important, and this is what I was told. I've never actually verified this, but I will believe my boys. They told me that it does affect. So we're going to be running scavenge skill as a directive. Now, the higher your skill haste, the less tickets you need to recharge your skills. For example, I don't know the max duration stuff, but they told me, for example, if you had no skill haste and you need 3 tickets, say you get a bunch of skill haste, now you only need 1 ticket or something like that to refresh your skills. I don't know what the ratio is or how that works, but that's what they told me. As a matter of fact, it's like, what's the other thing you put here is status effect. We're not really using anything that gives out status effects. Mostly we're using Oxy, which is not a status effect. So you make a choice. I use skill haste. I think it's better in that sense. And also, if I wanted to use this as a regular skill build, I could equip a drone or a turret and stuff, and it would work with that as well. Now, for our mods, we're going skill duration because, like I said before, this does affect how long the Oxy cloud stays out. So that's important for skill duration. We want that Oxy cloud to stay as long as possible. And then for our backpack, so this is an Empress piece, and we're actually running, once again, we went over the 3 pieces already. We got skill damage, skill haste, skill duration, and we're doing tech support. So skill kills increase total skill damage by 25% for 20 seconds. So this is important. Like, you're going to be this is going to be rolling as we're killing people. So tech support's the talent you want on your backpack. All right, now chest. So my piece is Wyvern. Like I said, it could be any one of those 3. Mine is Wyvern here, and the reason is Wyvern has 10% skill damage, which this is all about skill damage. Once again, skill haste, skill damage, and skill duration as my mod. So 3 skill duration mods. And the talent is Glass Cannon. We're not going to be taking a lot of damage, so don't worry about damage you take. What's important is all damage you deal is amplified by 25%. Then for a holster, once again, this could be your 1 Wyvern piece or Empress, skill damage, skill haste. All right, now for the 2 special name pieces. So we're going with Contractor's Gloves. So what you have to do is you have to find a pair of these with skill damage on them. They sell these sometimes. You can find them in the vendors and things like that. So keep your eye out, look for them, because you're going to optimize skill damage all the way up, and you're going to reroll your core attribute to skill tier. All right, so that becomes useful. Then we're going with the Fox Prison Knee, same thing as a Contractor's Glove. And damage to targets out of cover is just like damage to armor. It is applied to the Oxy, so that's why this is a really nice piece. You're gonna find one with skill damage on it, and you're gonna re-roll core attribute to skill tier. Remember, you can only re-roll 1 attribute, whether it's the core or the secondary. So you want to re-roll this, so you actually are at a tier 6. Now for the skills, we're going with the shrapnel trap, right? We're going to use this to kind of like make sure they don't sprint around and run away, because sometimes they run out of the Oxy super quick, and you want to make sure they get paused in there to die. So I'll show you how we set the shrapnel trap up. That's the first one. I'm basically using duration mods on it. There's not too much else. I think the only other mod I had is shock radius, and this one I don't have anything in here, so I don't know if there's any other better ones. Those are the mods I have. They're all maxed out. And then the last one is obviously the Oxy, all right? And for the Chem Launcher mods, I'm going with a 5% damage mod on the front one, and the +1 ammo cartridges to get us up to 8 stacks of chem. That's basically the 2 skills. And now for the specialization, we're actually using Survivalist. And there's 2 reasons we're using this. 1, Tactical Link. So basically it gives our group members a 10% bonus damage to targets with status effects. That's going to help our Eclipse guy when he starts setting fire and burning people. So he's going to get an extra 10% bonus damage on all of that stuff, which is great. It doesn't help us out, but it does help him out, which we want that first wave dead and gone super quick. The next attribute or talent bonus that Survivalist gives you is Scrapping By. This gives you ammo when you're doing cover-to-cover moves. This is going to be important for because we're running Pistolero, so we're only going to start off with 1 mag of ammo. And in order to get Incessant Chatter buff, we have to reload the Chatterbox. So what we want to do is do a cover-to-cover move, and I'll show you this quickly. You do a cover-to-cover move and get some ammo, and then we're going to run in there and reload and get Incessant Chatter. All right? So that is essentially the build. Fire grenades I don't use. Like I said, I don't use a fire grenade, I don't use a pistol, and I typically don't use a shotgun, but they're there in case you need them and you get in trouble and you just want to finish the wave. All right, so that's the build. All right, guys, we're going to do a dry run. So I'm only going to show you the Oxy part here. The Eclipse part, like I mentioned earlier, is go watch the previous video. It shows you exactly. The Eclipse guy plays the exact same role and does the exact same thing. So for the Oxy guy, what you want to do is come out second of the elevator. So once the elevator doors open up, make sure the Eclipse guy is in front of you. Don't get in his way, because he does have to hit that first guy in the middle. So you're going to actually kind of coast to the side here to the right. And then as you come in here, you want to make sure you're always running and facing towards the door, because you want the boss to spawn that way. And if you're running this way and the Eclipse guy kills everyone, the boss is going to spawn down there. So always come this way, hop over here, and keep yourself facing this way. As soon as you get over here, what you're going to do is you're going to throw your shrapnel trap. You're going to throw it right about here. See this table? Not on top of it, not here. You don't want to throw it on. You don't want to get too close or pin it on anything, because like they won't spread out. So you want to actually hit a good spot is right in front of this table. I think this is a table, whatever this is. Right in front of the table, just drop it right there. Now, once that's down, what you want to do is actually then at that point get your Oxys out. And you're going to start firing your Oxys, not at the door. If that door opens, you fire Oxy. And sometimes they disappear and the Oxy doesn't register. What I do is I fire it right at the ground before the door. Boom, just hit it right there. You're going to fire all of them, all 7. I believe there's 7 of them I have. Just keep firing all the Oxys here. Obviously, I do not have Incessant Chatter, so there is that. But so that's it. Once they're all gone, That's essentially all you have to do, right? You may have to turn around at some point and help out kill one guy if so there's like a yellow that has armor, but for the most part, that's all you got to do. And then once all the waves are dead and there's nothing else, you basically run inside here and suicide and redo it. That's all you have to do. Super simple. That's it. All right, the first thing we want to do is get 5 stacks of incessant chatter. So make sure your chatter box is out. You notice we have 0 rounds in our clip because we are running pistol arrow. So what we want to do is cover to cover move, and because we're running survivalist, this will give us 10 rounds right there. We're gonna do it one more time, get 20 rounds. We really only need a single round because, as you know, when you reload, you can put an extra round. Instead of just being 60, you can get 61. We're gonna run into this room. Our partner's already wiped himself. Run in the middle here, reload right here, right around all 5. And you'll get 5 stacks of incessant chatter. Now you want to look at it closely because there is a number in the middle there. It's hard to read the number, it really is, but you can see if you look closely, that's a 5. You can have a 1, 2, 3, a 4. You want the 5. 5 stacks really does help because it's 20% rate of fire increase. And once you have that buff, you want to make sure you do not lose it. So do not switch your chatterbox. You will retain it through death. So just, basically suicide at this point to start over and actually do a run. All right, so the last thing I want to talk about before I show you the actual real runs is when it's time to suicide and, for example, all your chems are gone from there, the oxy's all gone, you still have, I have 4, like, obviously I'm running on normal right now, but you don't leave any chems out here where it could actually hit a NPC and trigger them for when you start off, because the chems will stay. Remember, I have like a 16-17 second duration. These will stay here, and then when we respawn and run through here, these guys will be running around already because I chemmed one. Now on normal I'll show you, but I'll probably end up killing one, but on heroic, one chem will not kill one, and it'll get everyone running around, and the eclipse guy won't be able to fire start. So that's actually fired right there. I'm gonna sit here and actually just let it suicide me, and we'll restart, and I'll show you what happens. So keep in mind, you can see me just took damage there. They're all alerted. Now it's going to be hard to actually do this because they're all running around. It's hard for everyone's aware. It's hard for the fire starter guy to kind of get this going. So don't leave your chems anywhere that will cause the enemies to spawn. You're better off running out into this room. This is actually a good room right here. If you're going to suicide, fire your chem into this corner right here and just suicide there. That's probably one of the best places to do, against the wall where someone is not going to find you. And also, when you spawn back in and we're getting ready to run through again, it's not going to be in your path. For example, you'll still see it over here. You can still see it right there. So it's not in our path. If you had fired it right here and I ran through it, I'd kill myself. So that's the last thing. Let's get to some the actual runs and see how it works. All right, so when the elevator doors open, let your partner go first. He's the Eclipse build you want. He's the one that's going to take care of the initial wave, and you're going to take care of all the waves after that. So let him go out first. He'll do his thing, very much similar to what I did in my last video. You're going to head to the right over here. You want to make sure you're facing that door, because that's where we want the boss to come out. Throw our frag trap, and then start chemming the ground. This is where incessant chatter really comes in handy. We can get those oxys off really quick. And that's it. Well, nope, there's one guy left, so we're going to make sure to take him down. My partner Ian is really good. He hit the guy right there. He's burning the next waves. Once he's down, the next waves will spawn in, and they're getting killed by the oxy. The trap is there to kind of prevent anyone from running. So now you basically walk into your own oxy, and you can suicide there, and we start over. And here we go again. Elevator's doors open. I let Ian go out first because he is the Eclipse guy. He's going to take care of the initial waves. I make sure, I still have my 5 stacks of incessant chatter. My chatter box is still out. Now, you don't get any increased damage buff with this, but you do get that fast oxy. So drop my trap and just start blasting away with the oxy. See how fast I can shoot? As fast as you can press the button is as fast as the oxys come out. Just wait for the next couple waves. That's it. Now go into your oxy and start all over again. See how quick that is? You don't get quicker than that. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, please hit that like button below and leave a comment if you have any questions. I'll do my best to answer them. If you'd like to see more content like this, then please smash the subscribe button. You can also hit me up when I'm live over on Twitch at twitch.tv/Maniocrity, where I stream Friday, Saturday, and Sunday evening starting at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I'd be happy to answer any questions live on stream. Until next time, agents, happy hunting.